Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I want to bring you along for this week's meal planning. It's going to be a little bit different, probably not from what we have been doing. We're definitely still on the Pantry challenge, but we leave in a few days. We leave at the end of the week and we're gone for a couple weeks. So I definitely don't want to buy anything, and I definitely want to use up everything perishable that I have. So let's bring you along for it. Alright, so we'll start with tonight's dinner. It's going to be an anti-inflammatory curry soup type deal. I made some more of that no-knead bread to go with it, but it's going to be using up a lot of the veggies that I have on hand. Okay, for the base of the soup, I have these little veggie bouillon cubes. So I just made 2 cups right here. I have coconut milk, diced tomatoes, some coconut oil. We're gonna use half a cup of lentils. And the seasoning is just salt, pepper, some ground turmeric, and some curry powder. So these are the veggies I will be using. Got 1 sweet potato, a little bit of leftover broccoli from a veggie tray I made. I have 1 carrot because I want to keep 1 for later on this week. 1 onion. I don't have regular garlic. I have this, so garlic. Some frozen sweet peas and kale. I will not be using all of this kale. Her recipe actually calls for spinach, but that's what I got. So you can see here, it's clearing out a lot of the veggies that I have on hand. I will definitely not be using all of that kale, but it's all the kale I had, so I went ahead and washed and prepped all of it. And I will probably find some other uses for it later this week. I might try air frying them, make some kale chips, or just throwing them in a salad. I'm not sure. Okay, I saw someone on TikTok do this, and I hate chopping onions. Yes, there's 1 more dish I will have to clean, but worth it for my eyes not to cry. Starting by melting slowly about a tablespoon of coconut oil. Okay, I've added my 1 onion. I'm adding some minced garlic. Maybe a little more garlic. And we will just cook these until they're brown. Okay, now that my onions and garlic have melded together, I'm going to go ahead and add all my veggies. It's hard to do holding a phone. So I'll be right back. Okay, I've got all my veggies in, and now I'm just going to give them a good mix before I add in the canned goods. Okay. Go ahead and add in the tomatoes. 2 cups of veggie stock. Half a cup of red lentils. 1 can coconut milk. And all of our seasonings. And go ahead and give this a quick stir. Decide if I need any more water or any more seasoning, and go from there. Okay, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to increase the heat to get this to a boil. But I'm going to go ahead, and I've already set my timer for 30 minutes. That's gross, I need to watch that. And I'll come check on in 15 and see if I need the whole time. Dinner tonight is cooking. Just waiting for the timer to go off. But let's check out what's in my fridge so we can figure out what we can eat. And again, hoping for no stores. I got actually really great light. Okay, so currently in my fridge, we have some French toast from this morning, easy breakfast. A whole lot of penne pasta. We used a roasted veggie pasta sauce, and it was just too much, so this definitely needs to be cut with like star pasta sauce. But we have meatballs too. Yeah. We have a lot of meatballs that need to be eaten. So I definitely think meatballs and pasta, and I made that no-knead bread. So meatball, pasta, and garlic bread with a side salad because I have a lot of lettuce. But those meatballs need to be eaten. If we don't get through all the meatballs, I have these Hawaiian rolls left over from my in-laws party. I bought 2 twin packs, but I only ended up using 1. So I think little meatball sliders as well. Some leftover pot roast from last week. Again, probably sliders, use this up. Before I thought to do this, I defrosted chicken tenders. Those I'm just gonna cook up. Easy lunch for me. Got yogurt for snacks. We have cheese, ham. So again, sandwiches. Also cheese, grilled cheese. I have canned tomato soup. I have some leftover wings from when my friend visited. I have some roasted potatoes. A lot of ham. We also have an open package of hot dogs. So hot dogs, mac and cheese. Definitely enough to get us through a few nights' dinners. I'll put down below what different combination of things we have. So as you can see, last week I kind of planned to make sure we had extra things. So hopefully this week we won't have to cook. It's gonna be a hectic week. Work's not that bad, but we're still trying to deep clean the house. We still have the kitchen, the laundry room, and we have this little like back hallway where our cat's food litter box is. So we want to make sure we give that a really good scrub because my in-laws will be coming over and watching him. So I definitely want to make sure they have a nice clean area for dealing with our cat. But I think that about wraps it up for this segment. I will show you guys how the soup looks when it's all done. Just about 4 more minutes on the timer at this point. It's been about 16 minutes. I checked, potatoes are cooked. Now time to add the sweet peas. Go ahead and just mush those on in. And then dump the kale. Probably add a little more kale. I might. And I'm just gonna let this cook and kind of meld together. Maybe like 4 minutes until the kale's a little wilted. Yeah. Okay, if you do this, please don't spill it. Gotta clean that up real quick. Hey guys, I want to go ahead and thank you for watching this. If you kind of like these pantry challenges, different recipes, as I'm working on my wellness journey, please go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a like, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now onto what you're probably wondering, how was it? So my son, my 3-year-old, refused to eat it. So he actually ended up having hot dogs for dinner, which I knew was a gamble making this. I didn't know if he'd like the seasoning. I didn't want to try it and didn't really feel like pushing it. But my husband and I both tried it. We both agreed that we liked it. But next time we'll probably find some other thing, like maybe a white potato or like little potatoes instead of the sweet potatoes. We weren't big fans of that. We weren't big fans of the sweet potatoes, but in general we aren't. So again, whenever I'm doing a recipe, I like to keep it as close to it as possible. But win some, lose some. But everything else, the carrots, onions, the seasoning, we dipped bread into the excess and it was so good. I definitely think we'll be making this again, but just a few adjustments. The kale was still really chewy, so we might have to find a different green to go in there. We're gonna swap out the potatoes, and I really think we'll probably add like maybe one chicken breast, like shred it up, add a little more protein to it, and that way we can then serve it over rice. I did think about serving it over rice tonight because we have a whole bunch, but I had already made the bread, so wasn't gonna make something else. I will go ahead and leave a link to PCOS Wellness down below, along with a breakdown of the recipe. I actually ended up with about 2 jars of it left, and since we're only home for a few more days and we weren't the biggest fans of the kale and the sweet potato, I did go ahead and put this up in my local Buy Nothing group to try and help a family out, especially right before Christmas. Budgets are always tight. So this would easily be a meal for, I'd say maybe 3 people, 4 if you put it over rice, or kind of, again, add chicken or something a little less expensive, and you have a whole lot of good veggies here. I'm actually just posted that, so hopefully I'll be able to gift this to a couple families or have my in-laws try it if they're interested, because I definitely will not be letting all this nutrient go to waste. So I'm terrible at ending these things, but if you guys are doing a pantry challenge as well, or trying to try new recipes for your wellness journey, please comment down below. Let me know. I'd love to follow and support you as you're following and supporting me. Well, thanks again. Bye. Gotta go clean up all these dishes now.